Hola Theros, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another 5-minute match review. And Champions League is back. I mean, everybody loves Champions League. And yeah, it's an 8 o'clock kickoff here in the UK. It's Arsenal, it's Inter Milan, it's at San Siro, and it's at 3 p.m. for my South Florida Gunners. I mean, you got to leave work early to get there, but the pub will be ready. Anyway, you know, as far as kind of the excitement, I'm excited because it's Champions League, but I'm also a little bit sad because I watched my Hurricanes last night, lost by 6 points, and I just had a quick think on kind of the two clubs, and they're very similar. You know, you got two organizations that near the early 2000s were dominant, you know, top of the sport. You think you're gonna just keep winning. You've got the Invincibles. You got one of the greatest college football teams you've ever seen with the Hurricanes, and you're just like, bro, the next 20 years will just be winning, 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 and then you haven't won anything for 20 years. And especially when it comes to this competition, especially when it comes to the Champions League, because Arsenal never won it. And for a team and a club the size of Arsenal, it's a travesty, really, because you look at our rivals, you know, City have won it now, Chelsea have a couple, United have a couple, Liverpool obviously have a couple, and that team down the road, you know, they ain't got nothing. But, you know, just kind of, it's one of those competitions where people just like, you're too big to not have won it. And it's one of those things that rival fans also have. Anytime you have a disagreement with Invincible, well, have you won in Europe? Have you won in Europe? And it's one of those things that you're just kind of like, yeah, I mean, even during our greatest team, we couldn't win in Europe. So I think, you know, when it comes to kind of picking this competition, you know, picking team sheets and how we approach it, I think that's always on the back of fans' mind. It's got to be on the back of Arteta's mind as well, because I think we came dangerously close to winning it last season. I mean, I think if we had taken our chance against PSG, we'd probably have a different result. And I think we'd have, you know, done a little bit better in the final as well. So with this match coming up, you know, it's an opportunity to further cement our place at the top of the Champions League table. But the issue that we're having, and I think the conundrum is, we're also playing United on Sunday. And when it comes to Mikel Arteta, I'm not envious because I think he's got a tough decision to make. If he goes strong to solidify our spot in the Champions League, and then we end up losing to United, fans are not going to be happy. But if we go weak, we end up losing to Inter Milan, and we lose that kind of spot at the top of the table, or, you know, we lose momentum in the Champions League, the fans aren't going to be happy. Either way, it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. I think he'll rotate, and I think he should rotate, because I think the league is very winnable. We're 7 points clear, and I would love to beat Man United. I'm going to that match, so I'm going to do a little vlog thing. I'm going to talk about it, but I just always want to beat them anyway. But not only beating them, you never know. City might drop more points. We end up beating United. Next thing you know, we're 10 points clear, or we're 9 points clear, and that's a big difference. So with this match, you know, I'm not going to go through the lineups because, as I said, I don't know what he's going to pick, and I think it's going to be pretty janky anyway. I would just kind of, you have to have half and half. I would just kind of rest players. This isn't like the back line that I would probably go for would feature Norgard and Saliba, you know, White, MLS, you know, put Eze in the midfield, you know, put Havertz in the midfield, put Marino in the midfield, don't care. Martinelli, you know, has got to go in there. Madueke's got to go in there. And I actually leave Gyökeres. I got to leave Gyökeres. I just don't think that he should be taken out until he starts scoring goals, to be fair. And I think that's kind of what's happening. Like, we're leaving him in. You got to score at some point, bro. You know, 5 goals in the league, not good enough. And you have to start, you know, adding to the collection. So, as far as the score, you know, my friend Mark, he was saying that he thinks it's going to be 1-0 if Gyökeres isn't on the pitch, or 0-0 if he is. I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think it's going to be a 2-1 or a 2. I'm going to go 2-0, though. I'm going to go 2-0. I think we'll keep a clean sheet, hopefully even with the patchwork, because, I mean, I think we'll be a little bit more physical. But I also think we'll score. I think, you know, in Europe, Martinelli does a lot better. I think Madueke will have more opportunities as well. They have a back three. They might sit behind the ball, but we need to actually practice anyway, you know, breaking those kind of teams down, because the Champions League ain't easy. Anyway, I'll see you guys after the match. Take it easy.